Barely a month since the last military escalation, waves of Israeli warplanes again struck Gaza. The Israeli military said it hit dozens of targets linked to Hamas and other factions. Throughout the day, Israeli commanders said scores of rockets were fired from the Strip into Israel, several evading the Iron Dome anti-missile interceptors and striking Israeli residential areas around Gaza's fringes.
We already knew that the Hamas want, to react about the two terrorists that killed yesterday. So we knew something will happen.
2 Palestinian demonstrators were killed and 51 wounded by Israeli snipers during border protests on Friday, which also saw 2 Israeli soldiers shot and injured. An Israeli strike then killed 2 Hamas fighters. Their deaths and a subsequent Israeli drone strike preceded Saturday's barrage of rocket fire out of Gaza. This is far from the first time in recent months that Israel and Hamas have found themselves in the midst of a dangerous escalation. The last one in early April was ended by UN and Egyptian mediation and reportedly undertakings given by Israel just days ahead of its general election to ease the restrictions on Gaza. It did extend the fishing zone out to 15 nautical miles from the coast, but other reported concessions, such as allowing increased payments from Qatar to Hamas of $40 million a month, have yet to happen.
Hamas and other Palestinian resistance groups believe that this is the right timing to put more pressure on Netanyahu and the Israeli government to make Israel abide by the previous understandings. Timing is very sensitive. Israel is approaching its 71st Independence Day and also the Eurovision festivities.
In a video released on Saturday, the Al-Quds brigades, the military wing of the Islamic Jihad, threatened to expand its range of rocket fire to Haifa in the north, Ben Gurion Airport near Tel Aviv, and Israel's unacknowledged nuclear reactor in the south. In recent months, attacks from both sides have followed a pattern. Casualties have been kept to a minimum, avoiding a full-scale conflict. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has plenty of reasons to stick to that script before this month's Independence Day celebrations and the Eurovision Song Contest in Tel Aviv. But both sides also know they can't rule out the risk of a further escalation towards a wider war. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, West Jerusalem.